Third annual Black Film Festival in Madison kicked off tonight with a documentary screening and panel discussion. The festival is hosted by the local nonprofit Nehemiah. They are screening 9 movies between today and Sunday at different Madison Public Library locations. Event coordinators say they hope by hosting this free festival, they will highlight the art of Black filmmaking here in the Madison community. They also believe the gathering will continue to shape Black and non-Black leaders who are eager to create change.
I am absolutely excited to be here to say that we will not be silenced. The conversation must continue, and not just as allyship or outcry, but actual community engagement.
Tonight's screening was the documentary about the 1960s civil rights movement in Milwaukee. It featured attorney Thomas Jacobson, a Holocaust survivor and civil rights lawyer who created the first integrated law firm in Wisconsin.
I dedicated my life to fighting for people's freedom and the importance of standing up for democracy. And that's the message.
To learn more about the other films that will be featured this week, you can visit our website.